guys, Christo Garcia, My Swing Evolution. As you guys know, I've been working on my swing for many years, and I tinker with this and I mess with that. Well, Bruce Lee, my great idol from my childhood, he said, the height of cultivation leads to simplicity. So I'm not really changing a lot of stuff lately. I made one tweak about 3 weeks ago, and I haven't done anything else. I'm just hitting the ball the best of my life. You know, I put up a video with Jean-Jacques Machado, the great jiu-jitsu master. He's my buddy Eddie Bravo's master. And he said, yeah, I've got 100 ways I can submit you, but I've got one and a second backup that I always concentrate on. That's the height of cultivation. That's simplicity. You know, I can talk about a million different things with the golf swing, but for my swing right now, I'm trying to narrow it down so I can focus more on playing the game and worry less about my swing. So I'm in a great spot right now. So what I've been doing when I watched myself reminds me of how my buddy Zach hits the ball. And Zach is a baller. Yeah, he's a very, very good golfer. He's the best golfer that I play with regularly. But this lesson is with my buddy Zach, and you'll get to see him smash some golf balls. It's always a pleasure to get to play around with him.
His Nikes.
Yeah. Hey guys, so as you all know, I'm always tinkering with my swing, but about a few weeks ago I made one slight adjustment, and it's kind of a Nicklaus adjustment, and I've been watching his swing a lot, and where he talks about swinging with the club more straight up and down and less around the body. And what this has done for me is I feel like it makes the club head accelerate longer through the impact, and also it really takes a big hook out of play. I've been playing a fade for the last few weeks, and that's all I've done. I've stuck with it, and you know, I'm really pleased with my ball striking. And the thing that it reminded me of is my buddy Zach. So he's out here, and we're going to catch up with him because I'm actually finishing much closer to my friend Zach. Good looking swing, Zach.
Thank you, sir.
How you doing today?
Doing all right. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Awesome. Always a pleasure.
A
hey, I was wondering if I could talk to you a little bit about your swing for a second.
Yeah, what's going on?
I noticed that I'm finishing in a more similar fashion to the way you finish, on a strong left side, tall, and you just, you know, it seems to me like it helps me to accelerate the club. What are you doing with your swing right now, or what do you think about with your follow through and impact?
Usually when I'm on the range, I typically just worry about my swing and all the fundamentals and trying to keep those intact. You know, I talk about a lot staying compact as long as I can on the backswing, and then when I'm coming through, all that power has to generate somewhere. So on the way down, I kind of think of it, you're going to accelerate through, you're going to straighten your hands, almost feels like you're going to go out and shake somebody's hand.
Okay.
Shaking hands with the flag, as Mr. Norman would say. But if you were to finish out, it's almost like a block. If the hands are if they're stuck on the inside and you're not going to be able to finish the club, it's going to create the block and create the slice, where your hands are going to take over and it's going to create the hook. So what I try and think about is, on the way down, you want to accelerate and get all that power generated towards that golf ball, and that's going to allow you to finish high and able to have a good, smooth, solid finish and allow a lot better ball striking as well.
So finish high. That's a great concept. I know that Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player have talked about that.
You look at a lot of good players on the tour. I mean, almost the majority of all players, whether it's they're hitting off the tee box with the driver, or they're in the fairway with the irons. You know, they're never digging into the golf ball. They're just barely brushing the grass, and that's also causing how you're coming up and you're generating the power towards the top of the golf ball, and you're going to hit the ball first and barely skim the grass, and that's going to allow you to hit the ball a lot solid anyway. I follow Rory McIlroy. You look at him, he has one of the highest finishes in golf. That's why he hits the ball so far.
I see a lot of amateurs just throw the club head at the ball and they leave the club down there. Like that's all they're trying to do is just make contact and they leave it there. But you're saying you got to go all the way through it.
Yeah,
huh?
what I would say to most amateurs, if you know, a couple of my buddies ever need help and I notice that problem, I think about using a sledgehammer result, where they're trying to take a sledgehammer and trying to hit it through the wall instead of just stopping at it, because it's not going to go through a center block, you know, if you stop and just let it drop on it. So that's one of the scenarios I try and look at.
Cool. Can I watch you hit a couple?
Yeah.
How come there's still so much confusion over how to hit a golf ball?
There's no confusion. You see, what happens is all that stuff that these new inventors, these guys that teach.
You can even hear the difference. You rocked it. Thanks.
Is that awesome?
That's wonderful.
I can't believe it, but it feels really nice. It feels more in sync. My swing evolution.
You know, pure feels like a home run.
Tell us where you started this morning, Robert.
99.
99. What'd you get to?
117.
117!
I think if you add athleticism to what you're doing, I think you'll be better players.
Don't miss the next MSC Clinic and Tournament on March 11th in Pasadena, California. I'll see you there.